There comes a time in every life when the mind trembles, the heart hesitates, and confidence feels far away. Yet deep within, there is a quiet strength waiting to awaken. The timeless wisdom taught through compassion and awareness offers us a way to uncover that strength. Confidence is not loud pride or empty certainty. It is calm trust in one's own being. It grows when the heart learns peace and the mind learns balance. Let us explore 7 proven ways to build unshakable confidence that endures through every storm. The first seed of lasting confidence is faith in one's own nature. Long ago, gentle teachers said that every person carries a light within, yet many search for it outside themselves. When we forget this inner light, we chase approval, success, and comparison, only to feel more lost. True self-belief begins when we stop running and turn inward. Sit quietly, even for a few minutes. Feel your breath. Notice that you exist here, now, without needing to prove anything. That awareness is the foundation of self-trust. To believe in yourself does not mean inflating the ego or pretending to be perfect. It means recognizing that you already possess the ability to grow, to learn, and to transform. The teachings remind us that even the most fragile seed becomes a strong tree when nourished with care. In the same way, the mind blossoms when you nurture it with gentle thoughts rather than criticism. Instead of saying, "I can't," try saying, "I'm learning." Instead of judging mistakes, see them as part of the journey toward wisdom. Every day offers proof of your strength. The times you faced hardship and kept going, the moments you comforted others, the times you stood back up after falling. These moments are not small. They are the roots of confidence. When doubt whispers, remember that trust grows from patience. No one can hand you belief. You must plant it yourself. And when you do, the world begins to reflect that quiet certainty. You become your own source of light, steady and calm in all circumstances. The mind shapes every experience we have. 2 people may walk through the same rainstorm. One feels miserable, the other feels refreshed. The difference lies not in the rain, but in perception. Positive thinking is not about ignoring pain or pretending all is well. It is about choosing thoughts that bring peace rather than suffering. The ancient path teaches that happiness does not depend on what happens outside, but on how we see and respond to it. Each thought you create plants a seed in the garden of your mind. Negative thoughts grow weeds of fear and doubt. Positive ones bloom into courage and hope. Begin noticing what you water each day. When you catch yourself worrying, pause and breathe. Ask, is this thought helping or harming me? Replace harsh self-talk with kindness. Simple phrases like, "I am capable," "This moment will pass," or "I choose calm," can transform your energy instantly. Such inner dialogue becomes a daily meditation in optimism. Surround yourself with reminders of beauty. A smile, a flower, a kind word. Gratitude magnifies positivity. When you appreciate small blessings, your heart opens wider. Problems shrink in the presence of thankfulness. With consistent practice, positivity becomes your natural rhythm, not forced cheerfulness, but peaceful acceptance. Even in struggle, you begin to sense opportunity. The storm still comes, but your inner sky remains clear. Through this gentle discipline, you train your mind to seek light. Positive thinking is a quiet revolution, turning complaint into compassion and fear into faith. It teaches you that every dark cloud carries the lesson of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, neither pain nor pleasure. Knowing this, you meet life with a smile that comes from understanding, not denial. And that smile becomes the sign of unshakable confidence growing from within. Lasting confidence does not appear in a single leap. It unfolds through steady effort. Imagine a mountain path. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the summit. The wise understood that transformation begins with simple, mindful action. When goals feel overwhelming, break them into pieces you can hold. 1 page read, 1 walk taken, 1 act of courage repeated. These are the steps that build strength quietly, day by day. Many lose heart because they expect quick change. But the river carves valleys not by force, but by flowing patiently over time. Let that remind you, consistency matters more than speed. Begin your mornings with one small intention. Perhaps you promise to speak kindly, to stretch your body, or to listen without interrupting. Keep it gentle and possible. When you fulfill small promises to yourself, trust grows. Confidence thrives on kept promises. Do not judge progress by size. A single mindful breath in a stressful moment can be as powerful as an hour of meditation. Each act of awareness strengthens your inner muscles. Over time, these small victories accumulate into great transformation. You learn that you can rely on your own discipline, and that reliability becomes a deep source of peace. When doubt arises, remember that even enlightenment was described as a gradual awakening, not a sudden miracle. You don't need to climb the whole mountain today. Simply take one honest step, and the next will reveal itself. This patient approach removes pressure and invites joy into the process. The path becomes less about reaching a destination and more about enjoying the journey itself. Step by step, effort turns into habit, and habit becomes your nature. The smallest consistent action can open doors to vast change. In this way, daily practice becomes sacred, not because of what it achieves, but because of who it helps you become. Someone steady, confident, and free. Fear is the shadow that follows every human being. It whispers that you are not enough, that failure will break you, that comfort is safer than courage. Yet every teaching about liberation begins with understanding fear, not avoiding it. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is the gentle strength to walk through it. When you stop running from what scares you, fear loses its power to control you. Close your eyes and think of what holds you back. Maybe it's speaking your truth, trying something new, or letting go of the past. Notice how fear lives in the body. A tight chest, a fast heartbeat, a restless mind. Instead of fighting those sensations, breathe into them. Watch them rise and fall like waves. You'll discover they cannot drown you. They come and go, but you remain. This simple awareness transforms fear from an enemy into a teacher. Every time you face fear, you prove your resilience. Imagine a candle in a dark cave. It doesn't banish all darkness, but it lights the space around it. Your courage works the same way. Begin small. Say the words you've been afraid to say. Take one step toward the dream you've been postponing. Confidence grows with each act of bravery, no matter how quiet or unnoticed. Fear feeds on avoidance but starves when faced directly. When you meet it with calm curiosity, it reveals its illusions. You realize that fear is often just imagination dressed as reality. Once you see this, freedom follows. You stop being a prisoner of what might happen and return to what is happening now. As you continue to meet fear with mindfulness, a miracle occurs. The fear itself becomes fuel for growth. It points to where your next lesson lies. Each conquered fear adds another layer of trust in yourself. Eventually, you stop seeking a life without fear and instead create a life guided by courage. That is where unshakable confidence truly lives. The mind blossoms when it keeps learning. Knowledge and understanding open the doors of confidence because they replace confusion with clarity. From the earliest teachings, we learn that curiosity is sacred. It keeps the heart young and the spirit humble. A person who continues to learn, even from mistakes, walks steadily toward freedom. Every new skill, every insight, becomes another brick in the foundation of self-belief. Learning is not limited to books or classrooms. Life itself is the greatest teacher. Every challenge, every person you meet offers a lesson. When something goes wrong, instead of blaming yourself or others, ask, "What can this teach me?" This simple question transforms suffering into growth. The wise say that when you change the way you look at things, the things themselves change. Embrace learning as a daily habit. Read, listen, observe, reflect. Seek wisdom from those who inspire peace, not noise. But remember that true learning also means unlearning, letting go of old habits, rigid opinions, and self-limiting beliefs. When the mind becomes open, confidence flows naturally because it no longer fears being wrong. Instead, it sees mistakes as stepping stones toward understanding. Approach every experience with the attitude of a beginner, curious, alert, and humble. This beginner's mind allows you to see life freshly without the heaviness of assumptions. You start noticing beauty in ordinary things, lessons in daily life, and meaning in the simplest moments. Growth then feels effortless because you are no longer resisting it. As you continue learning, your confidence deepens, not because you know everything, but because you trust your ability to keep discovering. Knowledge turns fear into curiosity and confusion into clarity. You realize that every moment holds wisdom if you are willing to listen. When learning becomes your constant companion, doubt fades, and your spirit shines with the quiet strength of one who never stops growing. The company you keep shapes the world within you. Just as a flower blooms better in sunlight, the mind blossoms among kind and uplifting souls. Spend time with people who remind you of your strength, not your weakness. Those who speak with compassion, not comparison. Confidence thrives in such company because it feeds on encouragement and genuine connection. Look closely at how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel drained or inspired? The heart knows the difference. Surrounding yourself with positive people is not selfish. It is self-care. The wise understood that energy is contagious. Choose to share and receive the kind that nurtures peace. A single conversation with someone warm and understanding can renew your faith in yourself more than 100 critical voices ever could. But staying around positivity also means being that source for others. When you listen with empathy, speak with kindness, and celebrate others' success, you contribute to a circle of light that benefits everyone. Confidence grows in environments where judgment is replaced with support. Togetherness becomes a mirror that reflects your best qualities back to you. Sometimes you may have to create distance from negativity. It doesn't mean you dislike people. It simply means you protect your inner space. The garden of your mind needs boundaries to flourish. Choose to invest time in friendships that bring joy, laughter, and truth. You will notice your self-worth rising naturally, like a plant reaching for the sun. Even when you are alone, you can cultivate positive company by filling your world with inspiring books, uplifting music, or quiet reflection. Over time, your mind begins to echo the voices of encouragement it hears most often. You become your own good friend, calm, kind, and supportive. Surrounded by goodness within and without, confidence ceases to be a fragile emotion. It becomes a way of being rooted in love and harmony. Confidence cannot flourish in exhaustion. The body and mind are partners. When one suffers, the other follows. To build lasting inner strength, you must care for both. Ancient wisdom teaches that the body is not just a vessel, but a sacred space where awareness lives. Treat it with respect. Nourish it with good food, rest, and movement. A peaceful mind grows easily in a healthy body. Start with small acts of care. Breathe deeply when stress rises. Stretch when your body feels tight. Rest when you are tired without guilt. Drink water, walk in nature, eat mindfully. Each act of care sends a message to your soul. I am worthy of love. Confidence begins from that feeling of worthiness. You cannot believe in yourself if you constantly neglect yourself. Equally important is caring for the mind. Thoughts, like food, shape your energy. Meditation, reflection, or even quiet moments without screens help cleanse mental clutter. When you pause and listen within, your mind becomes clear and strong. You begin to understand your emotions instead of being ruled by them. Peace replaces panic. In that calm, confidence takes root. Balance is the key. Neither overwork nor idleness nurtures strength. Move your body but also rest it. Engage your mind but also quiet it. This rhythm creates harmony between doing and being. From that harmony arises a natural assurance, the feeling of being whole. When your body feels light and your mind clear, challenges no longer appear impossible. You meet them with composure and clarity. Self-care is not luxury. It is preparation for life. The one who honors their body and mind walks with a quiet glow that inspires others. That glow is the true face of confidence. Not loud, not proud, but calm, compassionate, and enduring. Confidence that lasts forever does not come from chasing perfection or control. It comes from understanding yourself deeply, from nurturing thoughts, actions, and relationships that bring peace. It grows as you believe in your inner goodness, stay hopeful, act patiently, face fears, keep learning, share positive company, and care for your whole being. These timeless teachings remind us that real strength is gentle, real courage is kind, and real confidence is steady like a still lake reflecting the morning sun. Walk this path with awareness, and your confidence will never fade.